Hello, welcome back to the channel. As you know, Andrew Bridgen MP is the only MP that has really been standing up and fighting for the people on a number of fronts over his career, but more recently, as you know, against the COVID pandemic and the problems that we have. He stood up in Parliament many times to an empty chamber, trying to tell of the great harms that has happened to people, and people have poo-pooed him. He is still doing that same job, and of course my viewers will know exactly that he is standing up for righteousness and for, of course, our good health. Well, as you also may know, that he is fighting against the WHO and the pandemic treaty. And there is an event that is happening here, the excess death debate, Thursday, the 18th of April, 2024. And as you can see, it says Andrew Bridgen MP leads the debate on the COVID-19 pandemic response and trends in the excess deaths in the House of Commons. Lobby your MP to attend. We really need to get people to come along, the MPs, and it starts at 2 p.m. The public gallery is open, so you can come along and have a watch. Cromwell Green entrance. Gather in Parliament Square and rally from 5 p.m. thereafter. Andrew Bridgen will address the public, it says, after the debate. Sorry, you can't quite see that on the screen. So that is very important. It's very important we get as many MPs in there. Now, democracy should work in which we, the people, have a representative, and the representative is there to represent the people's views. The representative goes to the House of Commons, to the Parliament, and says, these are the views of the people. This is what we instruct you to do. It does seem that the people at the top of our parliamentary process seem to think that for some reason they are our masters. They can create the rules and govern us with an iron fist. That does seem to be coming down the line a lot at the moment, and you can feel it with all these very strange policies that the government is pushing out. But it should be the other way round. We, the people, are paying, well, some of us paying taxes, and as a result we are paying their wages. The people's decision are paying their wages, and they ought to be doing what we bid. It is our money that they are mucking about with, and in this case, as you can see here, it is our sovereignty. So how do you persuade your MP to turn up? Well, you need to get in touch with them and tell them. Tell them. You may want to remind them, of course, how democracy works. You may want to remind them that they work for you, that they are our representative, that we, the people, make the decision, and they, the representatives who represented us, must go and tell the Parliament what to do. However, to make life a little easier, somebody's been in touch with me and already written a letter that you could use. You could change it and flourish it and make it your own, of course, so that it is your response. And I thought it would be worth to have a look at that and read it out so that you get an idea. And I'll leave this text in the description so that you can actually access it as well. Excuse me. Dear name of the MP, whoever your local MP is, on the 18th of April at 2 p.m, Andrew Bridgen is leading a debate on excess deaths and the government's response to the COVID crisis. As my parliamentary representative, I am asking you to attend. I would actually change that to I am instructing you to attend. In May, you will be voting on the WHO pandemic treaty, which would effectively put an end to personal and national sovereignty. The WHO is an unelected body sponsored by the pharmaceutical industry. The pandemic treaty would not only give the WHO the power to define and declare a health emergency, but to dictate policy. I believe the treaty to pose a threat to the sovereignty of this country, and as such deserves the full attention of our MPs in seeking to ensure that the best interests of their constituents are served. Each has a responsibility to be present at the debate next Thursday. Thank you for giving me your time to this important matter, and I look forward to hearing from you. Yours faithfully, yours sincerely, yours whatever you want to put there, and so on. So as I say, I'll leave that text available in the description. You can copy and paste that, put it into your word processing document and send it to them. Send it by letter if you so wish, or by email. A letter is good. If they get a flurry, a deluge of letters from people signed by real signatures saying, I am a real person, as it were, I'm a living man or woman, whatever, just the signature does enough of that. You haven't got to write all the other stuff. I think that it's the weight of that. Emails can be sort of pushed aside, and yes, we've got too many emails to look at, all of that sort of thing, which I know what that problem is. But if you get letters, if your MP gets a handwritten letter saying, I am instructing you, you are my representative, we are the people, and I'm instructing you, I think that carries more weight, but you may decide otherwise. But that's what we need to do to try and get the MPs to at the very least, attend, which would be useful, to get them to take back responsibility from the government and have the responsibility of what they're supposed to do for the constituents, you and me, in other words. So there's a little project for the weekend for you to get on. Now, whilst I'm here alerting you to bits and pieces that are happening, I want to tell you about something that is happening in Bath. Now, it's not my favourite place, Bath. I went to Bath and found that there is a clean air zone. I didn't know that. There's no signage, or at least there wasn't when I went there, and I've had bills and various things, and I'm pushing back against it because unless there is a big signage, illegal tariffs to tell you that you're about to enter an area that they're going to charge you with an escape route so you don't actually have to go in and get charged if you suddenly decide, you know what, I don't want to go to Bath. I don't want to be ripped off by some so-called clean air zone because of the so-called man-made global warming nonsense and net zero policies the government are foisting upon us. However, there is an interesting event going on in Bath and in London. And Tess Lorry, who's been on the show from the World Council of Health, I thought I would just help them out by giving them a little bit of promotion. So the renowned evolutionary, however you want to pronounce it, biologist Dr. Bret Weinstein is to visit the Golden City. And here he is. This is him over here, if you've seen his podcast and what have you. And you can come along and have a look and see what it is. Enlightenment on a Dark Age, Humanity and the Hyper-Novel Crisis, an intimate and authentic discussion between three true philanthropists about how we co-create a better world. And it's a 2-day event, as you can see in here, one in Bath and one in London. And Tess says on her Substack thing, she says the first event is a live, unscripted conversation between Dr. Bret Weinstein, the WHO Health and Science Committee lead Christoph Ploth, and Tess Lorry, of course, the Better Way and Great Free Set Chief. It takes place at the Apple Arts Centre in the city of Bath in the UK. Title of the conversation, as I say, is Enlightenment of Dark Age, Humanity and the Hyper-Novelty Crisis. And then the second event, if you're interested, is a fundraising dinner which takes place. I was asked to go there. I can't actually attend on the 30th of April. And here is a number of people who will be there hosting it, and you can buy tickets. I'll leave a link to these so you can go and check them out if you so wish and you want to go and see some of these amazing people. You see these people, don't you, not on the screens, on YouTube, on various other platforms talking about the problems, but it's not often you can get a chance. Somebody like Bret Weinstein, of course, he is over there in America, so when he comes over, it would be great. I would love to come along. Though, as I said, Bath is not my favourite place, unfortunately, but it would be lovely to come along and meet some of these amazing people. But that is an opportunity for you. But in the meantime, don't forget, please go and contact your MP. You can contact your MP very easily by going to this link, which I shall leave in the description, so that you can find out how to do that. It's on their UK Parliament site. Who is my MP? You can type it out. When should I contact? How do I contact? And all of this. And all those sort of things. I'll leave the link to there so you can get the names and address of your MP, and you can send that very important letter to get them over to that debate. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Until the next one, take care, look after yourself, and bye-bye for now.